Hello everyone, I am Shivam Divakar and this project is home automation using Alice, which is an Android based chatbot. Now since this is home automation, so you all must be wondering what microcontroller or what board I have used. For board I mean to say Raspberry Pi or Arduino Uno. Now for my convenience, actually for simplicity I have used Raspberry Pi and not Arduino Uno. So basically this is home automation, and as the name suggests, home automation is all about automating the home appliances, automating the security system of the home. Everything has to be connected together. Now as you can see, the image on the right side itself shows you how everything is connected to your smartphone. So basically what I have tried to implement is a simple system, a simple home automation system which is connected through our smartphone, and this smartphone has a Alice, which is the name of the chatbot, which is going to help you to control all these things. Okay, so let's move ahead. So the content, we have the problem statement, introduction about the chatbot, and then we'll move deep into it. So what exactly is the problem, and why did I choose to do this project? Now the exact problem is that sometimes while we are sitting at our home, the switch is at a far away. Now this is not exactly a problem, but just a random problem or just a random issue. So we need to get up, and the switch is at far distance up. Okay, so it's hectic to get up. It's hectic to get up and switch on and off the appliances. Or sometimes we are at the first floor and we need to go down to the ground floor and check whether the light is switched on or off. This was the second example. Third example could be sometimes it happens that we have left the lights and fans running and we might not know, or sometimes we're in a dilemma that we have left the switches on or off of the appliances, and we are we are attending some family function or we are away from our home. So in that case and in that scenario, what happens is that we need to return back, we need to come back to our home, switch off everything and then go. This is exactly what we do, right? So if we have a system, which home automation system, which comes in handy at this place by reducing our effort, what it can do is, what a system can do is that it can become a connective between you and your home. Okay, and using internet you can easily switch on and off the appliances from anywhere in the world. You can not only switch on and off, you should also be able to see the status of the appliances. You should also be able to turn on and off at your own will. You should also see the status whether the appliance is working correctly or not, and this all has to be done via the internet. Okay, so this is what the problem is. The problem is that uh, energy is getting wasted in such scenarios because we often leave appliances running and we forget. So what we need to do is we need to have a system which also keeps track of the energy consumed. Okay, so that we do not end up having a very huge electricity bill. Okay, so a system which a system which solves all of these problems could be a boon, because we are we are in this century trying to solve the problem of energy conservation. Okay, so this is what the problem is, the problem statement, and based on this problem statement the project is going to solve this. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now what exactly is the system, I'll explain it to you. Because of today, in today's world everyone is having smartphones, so why not connect these smartphones with the home automation system with the help of internet, so that is whatever appliance is running or not running is there in the home. Okay, everything about the appliance, everything about the bulbs, fans, and each and every detail of the house is being transferred via the internet through the servers to your Android smartphone. This is what we are doing now. What we are doing is we are using an Android application. Now this Android application is Alice, which is a chatbot, like it will talk to you. Okay, so what will happen is that whenever you switch on and off the appliance from your smartphone, the commands will be sent via the Bluetooth if you are inside the home, and while you are away it will be transferred via the internet. Now let me clarify you one thing. I have written in the second line that commands are sent via Bluetooth to Arduino Uno and the final switching purpose is fulfilled by the relay switches. Now this is the deep, I mean this is the part which I'll explain it to you if I when I get deeper inside it. Okay, so let's talk first about the overview. The overview is you have a smartphone and you have two interfaces, the Bluetooth and second is the internet. You also have a third interface, but that's not actually a third interface because it is basically connected with the internet only. That is the Wi-Fi LAN, which is much faster and secure than the Bluetooth. Okay, so what happens is that if you are inside the house, okay, you do not need internet. You simply need, I mean, you do not actually need internet. You can simply use your Bluetooth to connect your system, connect to your system, and you can connect the smartphone to the system, and then you can switch on and off. Now, what happens is that when you send commands via the Bluetooth, the Arduino Uno receives the command, okay, from the Bluetooth, and here the microcontroller is present where everything the coding part is done, where the where everything we write in the code form. Okay, so the Arduino Uno, the microcontroller present in the Arduino Uno, which is the at 80 mega 328. Okay, so what it does is it fetches the commands, and according to the program it works. Like suppose if I have sent the command to switch on, so the microcontroller will receive the command of switch on from the Bluetooth or via the Bluetooth, and it will switch on and off, and this switching on and off is always done by the relays. Now what relays are? Relays are electromagnetic switches which are controlled by the microcontroller. Okay, these are electromagnetic switches, and the relays are what are relays are actually a replica of the switches. So what actually switches need to be switched on and off physically, but relays can be switched on and off using the Arduino boards, using the electromagnetic, using electricity. Okay, so this is what is done. Now the second interface is the internet. The wireless LAN or the inter which is connected to the internet, or you can also called as the Wi-Fi. So what happens is that when you are outside your house and you need to see the status of the appliances, so everything that is connected will be shown to your Android app, and you can switch on and off the appliances as and when required. Okay, so now let's move ahead and see the inside part of it, because we have done a lot of talk about the overview of the project. Okay, so you see a person handling a smartphone, and this is all about, so this GIF is all about the home automation. As you can see, this is also about a greener environment that we want to produce, because our home automation system is indirectly going to save energy at each and every point of time. Now, what exactly Alice is? Alice is simply an Android based chatbot. Now, why did we choose chatbot and why did we not choose a simple Android application? This must be a very normal question and obvious question. So the obvious reply comes is, a chatbot is something which can talk to you. So something which can talk to you is always better than reading instruction. Okay, so like suppose you have a set of instructions written to you, can do this, do that, do this, do that, which is always better to have someone who can talk to you and can explain it to you. So that is what the job of a chatbot is. The chatbot's job is to explain you each and everything. You'll also have things written, but when someone explains it to you, it becomes much easier. So anyone who is new can easily understand those, how to send instructions, how to connect your Android application to the internet, and all other things that are present in the system. So basically the chatbot is implemented with the help of, the chatbot is implemented, the basic part of the chatbot is the main idea behind the chatbot is AI, the use of AI, which is the backbone of it, and we are implementing it through Android. Okay, now as I said earlier, why chatbots? I told you that we need chatbot because chatbots are, what, they can explain you everything in a very clear and a precise manner by voice commands in your language. Yeah, this is a very good feature we have implemented, that you can use your own language, preferred language, and the bot will automatically talk to you in that language. So it can, if we have targeted each and every age groups, plus we have targeted each and every language that we could. Okay, so basically what will happen is that in your language you will get the voice commands, not the voice command, but the chatbot is going to explain you each and every step of it. thus, and you can also talk at the same time. So while you are talking, you can do all the chit chat with the chatbot, and everything will be set accordingly. So you will have a very fair amount of quality time talking to the chatbot and handling our system. So this is what the important part of the system is. And also this comes in handy for the old age or the handicapped people, wherein they can, I mean, this is a very important part. Like the handicapped people, suppose a person who cannot walk but needs to, I mean, he can also switch on the appliances using the smartphone. I mean, if the person is having the smartphone, which is very obvious in this era, so he can also. Now now another important point is that suppose someone is blind, okay, and the person cannot see but can talk, so the chatbot comes in handy at this place. Okay, so why chatbot? The chatbot is present to facilitate handicapped people, old age people, and not only old age people but all age groups. Okay, I mean, also support those people who cannot, I mean, who are not technically that much advanced to understand the systems, but the chatbots can easily explain it to them. Now this is the overall block diagram. This is just the block diagram of the, I mean, the receiver section wherein the commands are sent. Like this is the part of the Bluetooth part. Bluetooth receiver receives the commands. Decoder is present which decodes the command. Like Bluetooth receiver receives it in a binary format. The decoder decodes it, sends it to the microcontroller, which wherein the commands are written. The program is written according to that command. The relays are switched all over. As you can see, there are multiple devices connected to it: fan, bulb, buzzer, and etc. other devices. This is basically the block diagram. This is just the Bluetooth part. Now if we talk about the Wi-Fi part, simply replace the Bluetooth receiver with the Wi-Fi module, and the decoder is always there, and it's all simple and it's all the same way, just as the just as this receiver section is. All we have to do is just replace the Bluetooth receiver with the Wi-Fi module, and the entire process is same. The overall workflow is same. Now the working principle, as I told earlier, we are using Alice, a voice control chatbot, wherein the chatbot sends the command via the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi or the internet, and it also tells you whether the appliances are connected or not, and it also tells you whether the appliance is switched on or switched off, and the current switch. Now the main working principle behind this project is the microcontroller of the Arduino boards and the internet. So basically this is an IoT project. This is not a simple home automation. This is an Internet of Things project wherein we have combined Bluetooth also along with artificial intelligence based chatbot. So these are the two GIFs, as you can see. Very interesting GIFs wherein you can see the implementation of home automation in real world scenario. So that's all I had. Now the conclusion part: if this technology is put into use, every smartphone can be used as a remote control device. This is what we are talking about. This is a very obvious thing. Okay, now what future work can be done? See, everything can be penetrated easily. Like if there is something good in this, there will always be a minus point or a bad in that. Okay, so the system is not secure. You need to secure it. Now how can I secure it? We can add fingerprint system, we can add voice recognition system, and since it is easy and convenient for all age groups, then it must not be, I mean, the system must not be fully exposed for for the children, because they can misuse the system also. And the third person can also, if he or she is knowing the password of your Wi-Fi, can also access the entire system of your home. So at these places the system is not fully secure, so we need to secure the system. Once secure, the system will definitely work at its best. Okay, so that's all I had. This is a very cool project. I hope you will like it. That's all I had. Thank you.